on, everyone? Welcome to Wizards Outlook, joined by Raymond Lyons. I'm Wilson Turbe Jr. And the Wizards stopped their slide with a 108-100 win over the Charlotte Hornets. Your thoughts, Ray?
Um, they competed and played smart enough for long enough to win. It's basically that simple, man. Play defense, take care of the ball, and 9 times out of 10, going to get a victory. They missed 11 free throws, which is a little frustrating, but I mean, a win is a win, man, and we just got to take what we get at this point. But no, they need to clean some things up. Like this has been a running theme since the start of the season. We don't expect them to be perfect, but just take care of the basics, man. Like that'll go a long way. Like last night, they done won the game if they did that, and we were talking about the rotations last night. I feel like even though Rui and Goodwin might have been on the bench a little too long, West finally got him back in the game and rolled out with him. So you got to go with who's playing well, man. Like when there's no consistency or you don't have an identified group that you know what you're going to get out of them yet, just go with who's playing well that night, man. And eventually, I think that group will start to identify itself, and then things will kind of get into place. But yeah, if they'd lost this game playing against the skeleton crew of the Hornets, then we might as well should just pack it in. But yeah, they got one in the W column, and it's good to go into this gauntlet they about to go into on a positive note. So yeah, we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, we were talking during during the playback stream, and again, just a reminder: any away game, come hang out with us during away games. Our playback room, we dropped the link before we put Wizards. Any night there's an away game, we have Wizards Outlook. We dropped the link in here. We also shared on our Twitter account. It's really simple. That said, I'm with Ray. Personally, I'm not saying it was a must-win game, but it would feel so much worse going into these next 3 games, losing to a Charlotte team that's not at full strength. That's the nicest way I could say it. Charlotte team that's sorely missing. They're missing some firepower. Like, yeah, Terry, but there's no LaMelo, there's no Gordon Hayward, and like you said, it was encouraging. We try to keep it real here and be honest and criticize and give praise as warranted. Criticize West last couple games for some of the rotation, some of the decisions. Obviously, I'm not going to say I liked everything tonight. I was encouraged by the fact that, we saw Rui and Jordan close the game out, which was a big step. I think that was huge. It's steps in the right direction. And the other thing, like I think you guys brought it up last night, just with the feel as a coach, a first-time head coach, the feel is something that has to happen. Some have it off the break. Other people get their feel for it over the course of reps. Just like players have reps, same thing can be said for coaches. And we'll see how that carries over, especially the rest of this week. But both of those guys tonight, I thought were amazing. I know some other folks scored more points than them, but when we get to player of the game X factor, I'll tip my hand. I know exactly where I'm at. But yeah, they did some more of the little things tonight. But like Ray said during the broadcast, they did some more little things tonight, but then let other little things fall by the wayside. Mm-hmm. The free throw shooting was atrocious tonight. There was a stretch in the first half, Charlotte's like 1 for, what are they, 0 for 9 from the 3-point line, and you don't have like a 15-point lead. How? But then you look at the free throw line. Oh, missed off, shooting 50% for the free throw line. You as a team are shooting the same percentage that Plumlee's shooting on the year. It's an issue. It's truly an issue. Not being rude or anything like that. Just is an issue. But Ray, got to ask you, player of the game.
Jordan Goodwin, man. Like he, when he got in the game, he completely changed the whole dynamic, and you felt him when he wasn't in the game. You know, whenever somebody else besides Goodwin stepped in front of Terry Rozier, it was a layup drill. Um, you know, when he was in the game covering him, he he gave him fits, and he didn't miss a shot. You know, he just he gave the Wizards the shot in the arm that they needed, man. And you know that's great to see. You know, guy been in the G League for the past couple years, finally getting an opportunity and he's seizing it. So yeah, that's my nod for tonight.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I thought it was huge tonight, especially since he didn't miss a shot. You got to give someone credit for that. Not missing a shot, and feel like the game kind of changed definitely with him and Rui when him and Rui came in for Washington on both ends. Honestly, X factor. I'll go ahead and start this one off. For me, it's Rui. Between the two of them, I was fine with. For me, the two of them were getting my nod no matter what happened. However, we split it up. Didn't matter to me. Go ahead, Ray. Your thoughts on X factor.
Yeah, I went with Rui as well. He was Jordan Goodwin's running mate. You know, they handle business.
And again, credit to them for doing so. And it resulted in a win. Obviously, the Wizards aren't the only team in the league trying to figure out their rotation. There's a lot of teams trying to. They might be in a different situation in the sense that the starting five isn't entrenched, and then you're trying to figure out the bench. They have more of a wholesale thing where it's two guys for sure. They're in the starting five, and then after that, and nothing else is nailed down. You got some other teams where the starting five is nailed down, and everything else after that, it's a hope and a prayer. And some teams are trying to work through that across the league. We're gonna get to some of these comments. We'll start with Area 11T, the most depressing one I've seen. Right? If you have any comments on that,
Man, dude, y'all need some therapy or something, man. Just celebrate the wins. It's okay. It's okay, man. just just think about how you feel if they lost. Like just take the W.
yeah. And again, with this schedule, hey man, a win is a win is a win is a win. We know they needed it, right? Like that's what we know for sure. So it is what it is. Area 11T also said we need to trade one or two of these young guys for a 3-and-D vet since we don't use some of them correctly. I mean, like anything, Carter and Ray always say, the other team got to want something, and is it enough to get the type of 3-and-D vet that you want? There's perfect example. There's a team in LA that wants that would like a lot of things, and they don't have a way for paying for some of those things. They would like some of the things the Wizards have. While everyone here doesn't like everything here, some of those guys would be, a breath of fresh air over there. But they don't have a means of paying for those things. So I mean, we'll see. I think the biggest thing, and Ray, you chime in. They got to figure out their rotation,
Mhm.
and then we got a better idea of everything. But you got to figure out the rotation because right now it's kind of like, hey, this works for tonight, then it doesn't work for tomorrow, or this works for this quarter, or this was working, I don't go back to it. Like there's just too much. There's nothing set, and that's the issue, at least to
And
me.
and then
But
they haven't even had everybody yet. You know, Kispert was out, and then when he comes back, you lose Bill for a couple games. Like so, and Kispert looks like he's ready to go, so he's gonna get some minutes. And now you got Jordan Goodwin coming out of nowhere, and Delon Wright's gonna come back at some point. So that that thing's gonna be ebb and flow for a while, man, until they can get whole. And that's the tricky part about it. But for the time being, it's definitely some guys that are proving that they need to be on the floor more than others. So, until those other pieces get back in the mix, then that's what you got to go with.
yeah, I'm with you. And again, doubling down on the rotation not being set, not having everybody does that too. Like we saw that last year when Rui was going through what he was going through when he was out. He came back, but he came back off the same thing that Corey came back on.
Mm-hmm.
Those Gonzaga kids came back in ready to go. Whatever the reason for their absence, they came in ready to go. And there was a couple of times tonight I saw Corey like clapping his hand, demanding the ball. I was like, I like it. I like this energy. Like some of you vets, and that's the other thing. People are talking about going out to get other vets. I would like some of the vets that are here do better. I would like some of the vets that are here do better. Be vets.
Yeah, roster construction is what it is at this point, man. Like they don't have the bargaining chips to do anything significant. So the guys that they're paying to be good basketball players should just be good basketball players. Like it's really that simple, man. Like if they compete, we've seen it. If they compete, then they got a chance. If they don't, then it's all going to hell. So they just got to make it up in their mind how they're going to act every night.
It's that simple. I feel the same if they lost. That's the sad part. Hey, man, that's part of being a fan. I don't know how y'all do it. I salute you all that do it. I am a fan of other teams and other sports, so I get it. I'm not a fan of any one team in the NBA, but yeah, man, like Ray said, it's a tough 2 weeks. It's going to be a tough month. Celebrate this win. I don't know what Thursday. I got an idea what Thursday might look like. I don't know what it's going to look like. And again, like, I don't know if y'all have been seeing, like, the Jazz over there in the West getting it in.
Yes, they are.
Like, it's one of those things where I wish some of those bigger platforms would do a better job of sharing everything that's in the league and everything that's going on. But we know what that is. We got to talk about the Lakers every day. That said, you know, what are they, 8-2, 8-3, something like that to start the year? The Jazz are on one. Like, and again, the worst part about the Jazz is the defense is going to be tested. The defense is going to be tested Thursday night. It's going to be tested Saturday night. And you get the Grizzlies again on Sunday. It's just that they're at home this time. So we'll see. We will definitely see what it looks like. But like Ray said, take the win, enjoy it for a couple days, and on Thursday. And that's that. But y'all have a good evening. We'll get at y'all soon.